Animal equalities investigators have infiltrated hatcheries to show you a reality that the chicken meat industry doesn't want you to see. Hatcheries are places where the chickens we eat are born by the thousands. Here they spend the first day of their short life. Then they are sent to the factory farms. Chicks are babies that start chirping as soon as they hatch to keep their protective mothers nearby. However, the desperate chirping from chicks will never be heard. They are in the hands of the cruel meat industry. These fragile creatures spend their first day of life in industrial incubators. They are treated as mere machines, processed as if they were parts in an assembly. There is not the slightest sign of compassion for them, only disregard towards their lives. In nature, chicks spend the first day of their lives seeking for the comfortable warmth of their mothers. They love to get between their wings and feel protected. Instead, the first day of baby chicks in the meat industry is a nightmare. Many eggs don't even hatch. A worker opens them and shows the dead chicks that didn't manage to break the shell. Minutes after being born, thousands of defenseless baby chicks are thrown onto the belts that will separate them from the shell. As if part of an assembly line, they are transported by the conveyor belts without the slightest respect for their lives. Some chicks fall off the conveyor belts and are left helpless, confused, and frightened on the ground. For those who are still on the conveyor belts, the terrifying journey continues. They are manipulated without any compassion. However, due to the terrible conditions, not all of them will survive. Workers separate and throw the weak ones and those who don't meet the desired standards away to the trash. This worker shows how he kills a sick baby chick that isn't profitable to the meat industry. He brutally tears off his head, trying to break his spine. There exists few things as inhumane as the meat industry. The cruelest destiny awaits for those who are discarded. They are thrown away alive into containers along with the eggshells. These chickens are brutally crushed. During their short existence, no one showed affection or compassion towards them. And what awaits for those who survive is even worse. The remaining chicks arrive at the vaccination area. They are abruptly treated during vaccination. They chirp desperately, not understanding what is happening. They are thrown into crates that workers pile one on top of another before being loaded onto trucks that will transport them to fattening farms. Chickens will spend the rest of their lives in huge industrial farms. It will not be for very long. Decades of selective breeding have made these animals grow at a rapid and unnatural pace. If a human baby grew at the same pace as chickens from the meat industry, in just 2 months it would weigh approximately 600 pounds. Many of them can't take the pace at which their muscles grow. Their legs are unable to support their own weight and they become immobilized. They die in agony or are thrown away by farmers while still alive. When they are about 40 days old, they are sent to the slaughterhouse. They are handled violently. Many of them break their wings and legs during this process. This will be the sad end for these animals. You can end the cycle of violence these fragile and sensitive animals are victims of by reducing the amount of chicken in your diet or replacing it with meat-free alternatives. You will be helping to stop animal abuse. Please, in your next meal, choose compassion.
tiene un 20, me parece que es un 22% de proteína para los primeros 20 días. Y luego ya pasas a un pienso de mantenimiento.
¿Y qué hacéis con estos normalmente? ¿Los dejáis y ya...?
Mañana a la mañana amanecerán. Ese ya te digo, ese tiene muchas posibilidades de sobrevivir. Ese, pese a que se haya mojado, tiene posibilidades. Ese otro...
El pico ya le viene cortado, ¿no?
Esto les hacen un tratamiento con láser. Si no, luego normalmente a los 15 días se lo cortamos aquí, pero cortárselo es mucho estrés, luego
Mucho trabajo.
se puede infectar. Desde que han inventado esto es una gran solución. Bien, es verdad que hay otros criadores que no les cortan el pico, pero a nosotros siempre nos ha dado problemas. Y en el tubo lleva un sensor de presión y si te pasas, la máquina se para automáticamente.